In this video, we're gonna see how to build a speech to text using Python. So this is the demo of the project. So when we speak, it will use the Google speech to text and it will convert the audio into one text. We can also extend this to play back what we said. Consider
Yusadi, can you able to hear me?
it is playbacking what we said. So let us see how to build this speech to text project using Python. Let's get started. So for this, we will have to install the series of libraries that we need for this project. So let's open your command prompt and just type the following commands to install the necessary libraries. First, we need to install the speech recognition. So, pip install speech recognition. Then we need to install the pyaudio. So, pyaudio and press enter. This will make sure the libraries are installed in your system. Next, open your Visual Studio Code. So, let me create a Python file called the text2.py. So, this is the Python file that we're gonna work on. Let's import the libraries that we have installed now. First, we're gonna import the speech recognition as SR. Then we're gonna define the recognizer. Recognizer is equal to SR.recognizer object. Just call this method SR.recognizer. Now we have the recognizer object. We can able to create the microphone. So we're gonna open the microphone as source. This is our source. We're gonna get the audio from the microphone. So inside this, we're gonna print a message like listening. So this is an indicator that the microphone is listening to what we're gonna set. Then we're gonna adjust for the ambient noise. So to do that, recognizer that adjust for ambient noise. This will take the source, that is the microphone. So if you are using the lab, the default mic will be used for the microphone. If you are using the external mic, you will have to change that into the settings. Recognizer dot adjust for ambient noise. So we're gonna pass the source equal to source. So in this case, the source is the microphone. After that, we're gonna get the audio. To do that, we're gonna use the listen function. So audio equal to recognizer dot listen. This will take the source equal to source. So it is listening on the microphone. Finally, we're gonna use the try and except block to make sure that we don't get any errors. So once we have the audio, we can able to generate the text from the audio. So to generate the text, we're gonna use the Google speech to text. This will make sure that the when we speak, the audio is nice, clear, and we will get the text appropriately. So text equal to recognizer dot recognize Google. You consider there are several functions out there, but we're gonna use the recognize Google. So text equal to recognizer dot recognize Google. So inside this function, we're gonna pass the audio that we get from the microphone. Once we have the text, we can just simply print out the text to the console. So we're gonna create a string called user, and after that we're gonna just print the text that we have get from the audio. So if we get any error like so on the except block, except if we get unknown value error, then we're gonna print a message like could not understand the audio. So this occurs when the audio is not recognized properly. So and another exception is the except SR dot request error. So make sure you also accept this. So in this block, we're gonna print a message like not request results from the Google speech. So that's it. So this is the 17 line of code we're gonna build a speech to text project. So let's try to run this now. For this, just save this file. I'm gonna open this in the command prompt so that we can able to see what we said on the screen. So let me copy the file path now. So I'm gonna right click on the file. I'm gonna copy the path. So let me open the command prompt. So before that, let me increase the font size of this command prompt. To do that, just right click on the command prompt and select the properties and select the font now. And let me increase the font size to the I think 24. So let's click on OK now. You can see that now the font has been increased successfully. To run this while we're gonna use the command like Python and pass the file path. You can see that it is listening and we're gonna ask hey how are you. You can see that you said hey how are you. So let me try to run this one more time and you can see that it is listening one more time. And in this time I'm gonna ask a prompt like hey can you able to hear my voice. You can see that we get a response. Hey, you said hey can you able to hear me. So this is how you create your speech to text using the Python. We can also able to extend this functional to play back what we said. So let's try to do this now. For this, we're gonna use a library called the Google text to speech. Before that, let's create a function now. So once we have the text, we're gonna pass this text to the text to speech function. So you will have to create a function, but first we're gonna pass the text to this function. So let me remove the print statement and we're gonna store the result into this result variable. Use the plus operator to concatenate the both the variable. Now let's print the result and we're gonna pass the result to this function text to speech. So let's define that function now. So def text to speech. So this will take an argument called the text. So inside this function we're gonna use the Google text to speech. So we'll have to install the library. Again open your command prompt. So pip install Google text to speech and we also need the playsound to play the audio. So just press that. This will install the libraries for you. You consider all the libraries has been installed successfully. So let me close the command prompt and let's go to the Visual Studio Code. So inside this function, we're gonna uh, create a text to speech and we're gonna call the function. So before that, let's import the function now. So from the Google text to speech, we're gonna import the Google text to speech class. So now we have the gtts, that is the Google text to speech. So inside the function, let's call that now. So inside this, we're gonna pass the text equal to text that we're gonna get from the argument and the language is the English. So language equal to the source language is the English. So once we have the text to speech, we can save this. So tts.save and just give a name for your output. In this case, output.mp3. So when we have the audio file, we can play the audio. From to do that, we're gonna use a library called the playsound that we have installed earlier. So let's also import that. So from playsound, we're gonna import the playsound. So now we have the audio, right? We can play the audio. Just pass the audio name to the playsound. So call the playsound function and pass the file name audio output.mp3. So that's it. So let's save this file and let's try to run this one more time. This time, whatever we said, it will print the text and it will also play back the text that we have said. So let's try to run this. So let me copy the file path and let's go to the command prompt. So let me clear the screen. I'm gonna run the file now. So let me copy the path and let's go to the command prompt Python and let's paste the file path and press enter. I'm gonna ask a prompt like, hey, can you able to hear me?
Yusedi, can you able to hear me?
You consider it successfully played what we said. You said, hey, can you able to hear me? So let's try to run this one more time. Hey, how are you?
Yusedi, how are you?
You consider it successfully placed the audio for us and it also placed the text for us. So this is how you create a text or speech to text using Python. Using these simple libraries, that is the Google text to speech, speech recognition and the playsound to play the audio. So this is for this video and they will continue in the next one.